The reason why I have message approval only, so when you comment, I have to approve the comment before I allow it to go through, and the reason why I have it like that is because of this alien parasite on me, and the best way I could explain it is words are energy. Um, People hardly ever pay attention to the words being spoken, but actually the energy that is programmed into those words. And same goes with typing as well. And when you have an astral parasite attached to your astral body that manipulates your energy against your own will, then hold on, I gotta take this. As you can see, distractions are happening, and it's always right in the moment when I start getting really into what I'm saying and passionate about what I'm saying. Is the moment when a major distraction happens and all that, and these aliens, they do it on the astral. I mean, I'm not sure if the Greys are around me anymore, but they used to be, and they used to really fuck my life up. And they're the ones that pretty much put this alien parasite on me too. Perhaps it was the Nordics or the reptilians, although I'd never really seen the Nordics or the reptilians, but only in visions and all that, and only on the astral. But I did see the Greys with my very own eyes, and I wouldn't say they too were on the astral, but I was actually seeing them like in mirrors and all that, and in reflections, and I was seeing them so good to the point where I was actually able to make out each and every bit of detail within their skin, like the clothes they were wearing, what their faces looked like. I was seeing them so well to the point where I was actually able to make out blood vessels, the blood vessels within their skin, on certain parts of their head and neck, and they had skin of a white man. It was a white man's skin, but in some places around their head, the skin was thin enough to actually make out blood vessels, and that's how well I was seeing the Greys at the time, and I only saw them I only really saw them one night, but I've seen them many times before that, but it was always through dreams and third eye visions and all that, but there was only one time when I actually saw them physically, and it was that night when I was that I really had my astral senses, my psychic senses empowered, and my third eye a little bit open, and I saw them. There was three of them, and they like to come in threes. But if anybody wants more information on that story, check out my video called My Experience with the Greys. But anyways, though, yeah. Anyways, with this alien parasite on me, on my astral body, people, it manipulates my energy. It manipulates my vibe, my vibration. Have you ever been around somebody on the streets or whatever, and you got a funny vibe about them, like an untrusting vibe? Sometimes the case would be that their energy too is being manipulated by a third party. You may feel like there's a violent vibe coming from this person, or that like, let's say that this person is you're picking up this vibe, like this person's about to hit you or attack you, and you're in the house alone with this person. This person could, his or her energy could be being manipulated by one of these astral parasites, and at the same time this person would be consciously aware of that, and definitely on a high enough level to know that his or her energy is being manipulated in this way, and to attack you and to do anything violent towards you would be his or her last intention, you know, to, I mean, they would never, I mean, they don't want to do that, and they would never, you know, I don't want to say never, because, you know, you can never trust anybody, but let's just, for the sake of argument, they would never hurt you, and, but, you know, fucking, but they have some alien parasite on them that will control the vibe, and will control, you know, the energy into making it seem that way, but this ain't, but the sole credit isn't to the person themselves, but to the alien parasite. So my energy is usually manipulated in the same way. I can hardly be around people anymore without them, you know, like when I was just recently, about a couple years ago, I was in treatment. I was in outpatient treatment for my drug charges that I had to go to, you know, that I went to court for and all that, and they sentenced me with treatment time, so I had to do outpatient treatment. Well, I couldn't be around a lot of people because of this alien parasite around me. It would just make me that nervous, that you know, that heavy into the social anxiety, to where I would, you know, come close to having a panic attack and shit. And so, you know, it got so bad to the point where, you know, they actually allowed me private classes, and I thought it was gonna go, you know, a lot better since that was the case, but I was pretty wrong, because when I go to these private classes and be around my drug treatment teacher, who was a female at the time, this alien parasite would really have a heyday with my energy. It would control my vibe. It would control my energy into making it, you know, seem like, you know, like I would attack her at any moment, and shit like that. Although it wouldn't do it obvious to the point where she would actually, you know, go and call the police, or, you know, but it would do it just seldomly, to the point where she would look at me weird and like, okay, this guy's a little off and all that, and she, you know, one time she even questioned me and asked me if I needed to see a psychiatrist, and you know, and if I was that type of guy that, you know, would you know, sneak into somebody's house and wait for them in their closet, you know, like, and it's all because of the alien parasite sitting here manipulating my vibe. You know, I would never ever attack anybody. I would never ever attack, you know, somebody that doesn't fucking deserve it. I mean, unless somebody was trying to kill me or fucking beat me up or anything like to the likes. That's the only time when I would you know, attack somebody, is in self-defense. But I would never ever go on the offense and attack somebody, you know, just out of my own free will. I wouldn't do it. And this alien parasite attached to me, it controls my vibe. It controls my energy in ways to make, you know, people believe otherwise. And then since they don't have their third eyes open, and since they don't have their psychic senses empowered, they think it's all me. They think it's 100% fucking me, and the reason why you know, that they're feeling this vibe and this you know, untrusty vibe and all that, or this unbelievable vibe, they believe is you know, it's all me. But they don't see the third party manipulation behind that, and that the sole credit does not go to me. So, you know, this is the reason why I should have made my channel and my videos before this alien parasite, you know, got as attached to me as it is now. Because if I would have made it fucking if I would have made these videos like 3 years, 4 years in the past, I would have already debunked the JOS. I would have a hell of a lot more subscribers. I would have a hell of a lot more people listening to me, let alone believing me, and I would have actually made an impact in this world. Then again, you know, I kind of question how far I would really get, because fucking these aliens, they have everything on wraps on this planet. This planet is on lockdown. This planet is on lock. These aliens have it on lock, and you can only go so far without them. I mean, they always know what you're up to, but you know, you can only go so far to the point of actually, you know, becoming a threat to their system, or you know, or escaping their matrix to the point to where, you know, they'll put their foot down and they'll kill you if they have to. And even if I didn't have this astral parasite on me, this alien parasite, I still question whether how far I would get in convincing people with my channel and all that. Because if I got to that point, they would kill me. And you know, freak car accident, maybe control somebody's mind, like one of my neighbors, or you know, because I live around some pretty ghetto neighbors too, some pretty untrustworthy people that like to steal and shit like that. And these aliens, they could control their minds into you know, coming, breaking into this house and killing me. And you know, yeah, I mean, you can't really trust your situations at all as long as this fucking alien parasite is on you, or an alien parasite is on you. You really can't. But yeah, I mean, same goes with words and all that. And when I'm typing words, because you know, a lot of alien human hosts like to come to my channel, and they act very human. The people that you see commenting on my videos usually are alien human hosts. And they may seem 100% human. I mean, when you read these comments from other people on my channel, you're going to think human. You're going to think they're not alien human hosts or aliens. But they are. They just act very fucking good at mimicking human behavior. I mean, I would think ever since they would snatch a human body on the astral, they would become human in a lot of regards, you know, or maybe in a few. Definitely on some level. But you know, but they're very good at acting like they're, you know, human beings, and portraying themselves as such. I mean, the whole parasite's nature is to keep themselves hidden, and they're experts at doing that. These aliens, they're masters at psychology. They're masters at psychological warfare, and that's what they usually defeat human beings with first, is psychological warfare. They never, I mean, they do shit on a psychic level, yeah, but fucking, and they cause, you know, and you know, a lot of their psychic attacks are psychological, but fucking, but you know, they hardly ever, rarely resort to physical psychic attacks, to the point where, you know, it would kill you or be noticeable. I mean, in these whole aliens, this whole matrix, the whole entire matrix is to protect them, is to keep their identities hidden. And this entire matrix is one big psychological, you know, attack upon itself, psychological warfare. And yeah, they never do shit out in the open. They'll never do shit out in the open to the point where, you know, it would expose them and all that. That's the last resort. And plus, they really don't have to anyways, because this matrix is so well designed. Society is part of this matrix, is so well designed to attack anybody that gets involved in the occult, to attack anybody that does meditation or thinks outside the box. Because if you think outside the box, you're a fucking weirdo, and there's going to be a lot of people that are going to dislike you. Some will hate you. Fucking and this entire matrix, the entire, you know, the society we live in is designed to get you before the aliens get you themselves. They don't need to resort to physical attacks. So, you know, this alien parasite on me is just one method, you know, because it hardly ever attacks me physically, you know, although it has, you know, a few times in the past, especially when because there's been moments when I actually got this alien parasite off of me, and this was like 5, 6, 7 years at the most. So, but I'll say 6 years ago, I actually got this alien parasite off of me, but only for a few seconds before these aliens, these greys, they would burn me. They would burn me on the astral, and I would literally feel these burns on some level on the physical, literally, like very intense, sharp fucking pains, sharp burns. But when I would and I would only feel these burns for about like a second, you know, 2 seconds at the most. And when I would look down at the spots to where they burned me, there would be no fucking physical marks. There would be no evidence that they actually did it. But it's weird. It wasn't. I don't want to say it was an actual burn, but it was something very similar to such. Like it was a synthetic fucking kind of burn. But yeah. And then they gave me death threats right afterwards and said, you know, They kept on repeating in my head telepathically, you're going, which means, you know, you're going to, you know, a place that's similar to the Christian hell. If you fucking, since the Christian hell doesn't exist, but there is an infinite number of places on the astral that is similar to the Christian hell. But, you know, and there's an infinite number of places on the astral that is similar to, you know, paradise as well. But you know, paradise will never exist, you know, in the way that we want it to, I don't think, you know. And I mean, like, as in the sense that, you know, you can become the pool stick instead of the billiard ball on the pool table, and the pool table represents life. The pool stick is it's the pool. I mean, in our case, it's the pool table. I mean, fucking well, you know, it's we're not the pool stick. We're the billiard ball. You know, and that's the way the Matrix has made us out to be. That's the way these aliens have made us out to be, have programmed us to be, once they adapted us into their Matrix during our evolution from primitive ape to modern man, because they adapted us into this Matrix. And I mean, you know, and this Matrix has made us out to be the billiard balls instead of the pool stick. And the whole goal to life, we won't never ever truly live life until we become the pool stick instead of the billiard ball. And you know, as long as we're the billiard ball, it's a self-defeating process from there. And it's not even very much your own self defeating you, because your influences have been you know, you have been heavily influenced by the you know, I don't know if I should say the pool stick and the pool table, but by the Matrix, you know, that was created by these aliens. And so, you know, it's a self-defeating process. You're made into your own worst enemy. You don't make yourself your own worst enemy. I mean, ultimately, you know, choice is up to you, but your choice is heavily influenced. Is what I mean to say. And so, you know, fucking yeah, these aliens, they don't have to do shit fucking out in the open to keep humanity controlled, and they got the Matrix for that. So, you know, and the Matrix does its job and has been doing its job for hundreds of thousands of years. And you know, as long as humanity, the human species, has been around. And even our ancient ancestors weren't able to see past this Matrix, because when they adapted us into this Matrix, it was like, you know, they fed us the seed, or the seed was always within us, you know, when they created us. So when that seed started to grow, you know, our ancestors never realized it, because they always, you know, assumed that it was just part of life itself. And you know, and with that seed, and with the outside influence of these extraterrestrials, I don't think we ever did make it truly to a golden age. We if you want to call the golden age, you know, human beings living for 500, 600 years of age, and fucking and everybody was psychic on some level and shit like that. I do acknowledge that there could have been a time like that in human history, but I mean, like, you know, as in the golden age, that we never, you know, escaped this Matrix and shit like that. And we came close with Atlantis, but fucking but you know. But yeah, Atlantis, they invaded Atlantis and sunk it to the ground before Atlantis really became that threat that would threaten their existence, their Matrix. But anyways, that's a whole different topic completely. So I'm gonna try to stick on point. So, you know, my words and all that, they're the energy of my words, and this is the reason why, you know, a lot of alien human hosts come on my channel, and they try to start a conversation with me, and they're hoping that, you know, once I do engage in this conversation, they can they'll say sly shit that kind of contradicts what I'm saying and the points I'm trying to make in my videos, whether it's, you know, in words or on an energy level. And like I said, people don't pay attention to the words of what I write or anybody else. People pay attention to the energy of words, and they do it on a subconscious there. People aren't really even aware of it. Most people aren't aware of it, if not any at all. It's all on a subconscious level, to where, you know, they're reading words or a sentence, and this is, you know, as the Joy of Satan says, and as many other people said before the Joy of Satan. Joy of Satan pretty much has got this. It's just from, gosh, you know, because I don't like saying the Joy of Satan, because then, you know, I'm giving them credit, and that's what this creature on me wants, and it won't allow me to get on the vibration that I want to get, so people, you know, so I don't give them credit, and people realize that, you know, there has been other people out there besides the JOS and other sources that has fucking said that Christianity is a program created by aliens to keep humanity from their true psychic potential, and that the only reason why the Bible is believable is because of the psychic energy programmed within the Bible that makes it believable. And as I said, you know, it's the words. The words don't matter. Fucking you know, it doesn't matter what, you know, what you type, what you say, as long as you're in control of your own energy. Then you can only get your message across. But if you have somebody manipulating your energy, third party, and like some alien parasite attached to you, and it's a parasite at heart, and it doesn't want you to fucking live your life because it needs to keep you enslaved in order to live, then fucking then, you know, it doesn't matter how much truth you speak. It's going to manipulate that energy on a vibrational level, you know, and people are going to read your words, but they're going to sense the energy. They're going to pick up the energy subconsciously, and if that energy is programmed to not allow that person to believe you, then they're not going to believe you. It's as simple as fucking that. So, you know, fucking that's my energy for you always. You know, this alien keeps me on that frequency, that vibration, to where nobody's going to believe me, and even if I do speak truth and shit like that, you know. And like I said, the only people that really like my fucking videos, and they have no idea what I'm talking about anyways, even if they are legit, they just like them because, you know, maybe I say something that's fucking, you know, that kind of, you know, resonates with their own kind of, you know, little truth going on. And the truth is the truth. There ain't your truth or her truth or his truth. The truth is the truth. So, you know, my truth used to be that there was good gods guiding humanity, and that Satan and his demons weren't manipulated by this matrix in any way possible. But was that the truth? No, it wasn't. The matrix has always had one up on me to begin with, perhaps two up on me. That was the truth. And fucking so, you know, anyway, so yeah, I mean, my energy is so, you know, these alien human hosts, they comment on my channel and they try to bait me into conversation, and they'll say sly shit that contradicts what I'm saying and the points I'm trying to get across, and they know it too. And as soon as I message back, and me having this alien parasite on me and having my vibes manipulated, you know, third party, so to speak, fucking then, you know, at their fucking propaganda, their subliminal fucking undercover sly propaganda with my fucking with my manipulated energy, and then you get a perfect propaganda piece, pretty much anyways, and people really aren't gonna believe what I say. So, you know, this is the reason why I have fucking why I have my comments on approval and shit like that. If you want to debate with me, then that's a whole different story. I challenge anybody, any legit human being out there that wants to have a debate. I'm here. Let me know in fucking comments. I'll even let the fucking alien human host in you know, in their little chosen race of people, you know, the ones, you know, that control the mainstream media, Hollywood, the major banks, corps, our government. They have big noses. Most of them have big noses. A lot of them have pale skin. All of them are ugly. Even the ones that don't seem like they're ugly. I mean, open up your third eye, the power of your psychic senses, you'll see. But anyways, though, and I also think the chosen race of people are also, you know, just a form of alien human hosts themselves. But anyways, though, they're also Jehovah's chosen race, and the first letter in the name of their race is a J. And, you know, I can't come out and say who these people are because, oh, you know, that's so sensitive to most people, and plus they're watching my video anyways, and they'll report me. So, you know, that's the only race that you really can't talk about on YouTube in a negative spotlight, because you'll get reported. And fucking but yeah, you know, it's kind of like that Voltaire quote. You know, if you want to find out who controls the world, you know, find out, you know, first look to the ones who you can't criticize. So, you know, fucking I think that quote pretty much speaks for itself. But anyways, though, yeah, I mean, this is the reason why I don't allow fucking my comments on approval. is because my energy that's always manipulated by third party and the alien human hosts that like to fucking add into that pot, and they're really trying to stir up a propaganda piece, or make it seem like and that's kind of make it seem like fucking that's probably, I'm just gonna forget that part because this creature won't allow me to fucking, it's getting in the way of my thinking. I don't want to sound like an idiot, but anyways though, which I probably already do, but yeah, I mean sometimes I kind of wonder what if my channel is just one big bait channel, to probably free advertisement for the joy of Satan, which is just part of the same fucking matrix, part of the same program. Anybody out there that is psychic enough to remove this alien parasite off me, I can guarantee you, I can guarantee you, and I put this on my life, I put this on everything I love, including my own grandmother, who I love the most. I put this on fucking everything. Hell, I'll even be your as long as it's not damaging. I mean, as long as it doesn't damage my soul to the point of damnation or destruction. If you free me, I will be at your service forever. I will be your slave forever. So I'd be in a life debt, kind of like a Wookiee off of Star Wars. If you save a Wookiee, and there's a life debt that will be owed, I will be that life debt. And on top of that, I will leave this planet. I mean if it's up to you, if that's what you want. But first, once you free me, I will make sure that despite what you want or not, I will make sure that I'm in a safe position to really do anything for you, and to make that life debt a reality to the point to where we're both safe. But I will, I know how to contact aliens outside this matrix. I know how to get I know how to direct my SOS out in the universe to the point where an alien ship would come and pick us up right now, and we would leave this planet. But that would probably be unsafe because they had this planet monitored. But I do know how to get onto a frequency to go into another universe, to go into a different dimension, so to speak. And we could leave that way too. Assuming that, considering if you free me or not. And these aliens, like I said, they have this parasite on me for a reason. And I know nobody's gonna believe me. Especially with the shit I just said, anyways. But yeah, good luck, removing. Even if you could remove it, and even if you were willing, you have to get past these aliens. You have to get past this matrix, because these aliens, the second they sense that fucking I'm about to be freed, or that I'm coming close to freedom, they will stop. They will stop me, or they will stop you. And but that all depends on us, if we allow them to. But high chances are, very high chances are, they'll stop you. And humanity really is in a doomed situation. But I can do some amazing things with my mind. And I'm a high functioning autistic. I'm a savant. And and I know the Baltan Gears process in my head. I know how to do things that are beyond fucking what your average person can do. What I'm gonna say more than 90% of people can do. And I can show you how too, if you get this off of me. I know the Baltan Gears, but the whole reason with this alien parasite on me, it won't allow me to create a model, to create the model that I need for you to believe me. And plus, it keeps me on that vibration anyways. And which is, works simultaneously with what I'm saying. It's pretty much the same thing. As long as it keeps me on a vibration to not allow me to make that model, to show you the Baltan Gears process of when I say I can get off this planet in an instant, I can go to another planet, to another universe, I can. I know the Baltan Gears process in my head. But with this alien parasite on me and how it keeps me stuck on a vibrational frequency to where I can't really, put off my own vibe, which would allow me to make that model, you're not gonna believe me. Nobody else is either. So yeah, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna take my comments off approval, and if you're legit, I'll probably sense that you're legit. Most people that comment on my channel are not legit, and they have some agenda to push, but fucking I don't think I've had a legit person comment on my channel yet. But anyways, though, yeah.